Superstitions. We've all been there, touching wood, avoiding black cats, or looking for signs in the clouds. But what are superstitions really? They are irrational beliefs, often born out of fear, that influence our behavior without us even realizing it. They shape our decisions, dictate our actions, and limit our potential. What's worse, they control us from the shadows. They plant seeds of doubt in our minds, making us believe that we need external forces, luck, signs, fate to determine our success. Superstitions convince us that things are out of our hands, when in reality, we are the ones in control. But here's the truth. These beliefs hold no power. They only have the power that we give them. If you're letting superstitions guide your choices, it's time to take a step back and ask yourself, why am I letting this control me? Let me tell you something. Superstitions may feel safe, but they hold you back from reaching your full potential. You deserve more than to live in fear of things beyond your control. The time has come to break free from these chains and take back your power. Our minds are powerful. What we believe shapes our reality. If we believe something is true, it becomes true in our actions, our decisions, and our outcomes. And when we buy into superstitions, we trap ourselves in a cycle of fear and doubt. Think about it. When we fear bad luck, or wait for a sign before making a decision, we are giving power to something that doesn't exist. We are allowing ourselves to be prisoners of our own minds. But the good news, we can change our reality by changing our beliefs. If you believe in success, if you believe in your ability to take control of your life, that belief will manifest in your actions. Superstitions feed on fear. They thrive in the absence of rational thought. Once you challenge those beliefs, once you replace them with the knowledge that you are the one in charge, the fear dissipates, and you begin to see the world as full of opportunities, not obstacles. This is where transformation begins. It starts with breaking free from the fears that superstitions create. It starts with the realization that your mind is more powerful than any superstition. Why is it so important to break free from superstitions? Because superstitions stunt your growth. They limit your potential. They hold you back from taking risks, making decisions, and stepping into your full power. You cannot grow if you are chained to irrational beliefs that tell you there is a force greater than your own ability to succeed. You cannot move forward if you're constantly waiting for a sign or hoping for luck to carry you. But when you free yourself from these limiting beliefs, something incredible happens. You start to take ownership of your life. You stop waiting for life to happen and start making it happen. This is where personal growth begins. When you remove the barriers that superstitions create and start moving forward with purpose and confidence. So let's stop waiting for permission. Let's stop living in fear. It's time to take the first step toward freedom, toward growth, toward living the life you've always dreamed of. Change is possible. You can free yourself from superstitions and take control of your life. Over the next few minutes, we'll explore 5 actionable tips that will help you do just that. These tips will empower you to challenge your beliefs, replace fear with logic, and take action without waiting for signs or luck. The journey starts with awareness, then moves through the process of questioning old beliefs, replacing them with logic, and focusing on what you can control. You will learn to replace fear with empowering beliefs and incorporate mindfulness into your daily routine to stay grounded. By the end of this speech, you will have the tools to dismantle the superstitions that have been holding you back and to live a life of purpose and confidence. This is your moment to step into your full potential. Let's begin the journey. Superstitions don't just appear out of nowhere. They are deeply ingrained in culture, family, and history. They are passed down through generations, absorbed from the people around us, parents, friends, communities. The origin of many superstitions dates back to times when humans tried to explain the unexplainable. Natural disasters, illness, or bad luck were often attributed to mystical forces. And while science and logic have made these explanations outdated, the beliefs still linger in our minds. They were created as coping mechanisms, as ways to feel in control in a chaotic world. But let me tell you something, those coping mechanisms are no longer serving you. It's time to let go of the beliefs that no longer have a place in your life. By understanding the origins of your superstitions, you take away their power. You realize that these beliefs are just stories from the past, stories that no longer fit your life today. Take a moment and reflect on the superstitions you hold. What do they tell you? Do they tell you that bad things will happen if you don't follow a specific ritual or belief? Ask yourself, why do I believe this? Is there any real evidence to support these beliefs? Is there any proof that breaking a mirror or walking under a ladder will actually lead to bad luck? Let me tell you something. You've been conditioned to believe in these myths, but they have no power other than the power you give them. The more you question these beliefs, the less hold they have on you. It's time to stop accepting these myths as truth. It's time to see them for what they are: unsubstantiated fears that have no real bearing on your life. And when you break down those myths, you can start building a new rational foundation. Awareness is the first step in breaking free from the grip of superstition. You cannot change what you do not acknowledge. Once you become aware of the superstitions that are driving your behavior, you can begin to challenge them. Notice when they pop up in your life, whether it's when you're about to make an important decision or when you're in a moment of uncertainty. Awareness is powerful because it gives you the ability to interrupt the cycle. When you catch yourself relying on superstitions, you can pause and ask, why am I doing this? The more you practice awareness, the easier it will be to let go of these limiting beliefs and move toward a life of rational thought and personal empowerment. Let's look at someone who has been able to break free from the chains of superstition. Consider an athlete who has always relied on specific rituals before every game, wearing a particular pair of socks, eating a certain meal, or avoiding certain actions. Over time, these superstitions begin to control the athlete's mindset, dictating their performance. But what happens when they realize that their success doesn't depend on the socks or the meal? When they begin to trust in their training and abilities instead of relying on rituals, they experience a shift. The performance improves because their belief in themselves has grown stronger than their belief in the superstition. You can do the same. By identifying and questioning your superstitions, you can move from fear-based thinking to empowerment. Self-reflection is key to understanding how your superstitions are affecting your decisions. Ask yourself, how have these beliefs influenced your choices in the past? Have they stopped you from taking risks, from seizing opportunities? This is your chance to get honest with yourself. You've lived with these beliefs for a long time, but now it's time to see them for what they truly are: unfounded fears that have been controlling you. Reflection is where the real transformation begins. When you acknowledge the fear behind your superstitions, you gain the power to break free from it. It's time to take a long, hard look at the beliefs that no longer serve you and replace them with something stronger. Logic is a powerful tool. It allows us to take control of our thoughts and challenge irrational beliefs. Superstitions thrive on fear and uncertainty. But when you replace that with logic, fear loses its grip. The key to overcoming superstitions is to start thinking critically. Ask yourself, is this really true? Is there any evidence to support this belief? By applying logic, you begin to dismantle the beliefs that have been holding you back. When you rely on your rational mind instead of fear-based thinking, you start to see opportunities instead of obstacles. The more you practice logic, the easier it becomes to reject superstitions and embrace the empowering belief that your success depends on your actions, not on luck. Every time you encounter a superstition, ask yourself, is this true? Take a hard look at the belief and consider its foundation. What is the evidence? Why have you chosen to accept it as truth? The more you ask this question, the more you will see that these beliefs have no real power over your life. If there's no logical reason behind your superstition, why continue to hold on to it? The power to break free is in your hands, and it starts with challenging the irrational beliefs that hold you back. Let me tell you something. The only thing you truly have control over in this life is your actions. Everything else, the outcome, the circumstances, the results, is beyond your direct control. You cannot control how the world reacts to you, how others treat you, or even the luck that comes your way. But you can control how you respond. When you focus on taking action, you reclaim your power. Instead of waiting for things to fall into place, you decide to make them happen. Too often, we let the fear of an uncertain outcome hold us back. We wait for a sign, for perfect timing, or for a stroke of luck. But let me be clear, success is built through effort, not waiting. Every step you take, no matter how small, is progress. Every decision, every action, is shaping your future. And the more you focus on doing the right thing, the better equipped you will be to face whatever outcomes come your way. So take control of what you can, your actions, and don't worry about things that are beyond your reach. Keep moving forward, and the rest will follow. How many times have you found yourself waiting for a sign, a lucky charm, a moment of clarity, or the perfect conditions before making a move? Let me tell you something, waiting for a sign is the enemy of progress. If you continue to wait, you'll miss opportunities, and eventually, those opportunities will pass you by. Success doesn't happen when you wait for everything to be just right. It happens when you take action, regardless of the circumstances. Stop waiting for the right moment to begin. Start today, right now. There's no magic moment that will make things perfect. It's your willingness to act in the face of uncertainty that will set you apart. If you're waiting for everything to line up, let me tell you, you will be waiting forever. The time is now. Move forward, and let the results come as a byproduct of your consistent effort. Take a look at anyone who has achieved great things. Whether it's an entrepreneur, an athlete, or a world leader, what do they all have in common? They took action. Consider the story of someone like Steve Jobs, who revolutionized technology. He didn't wait for a sign to create the iPhone, to launch Apple's most innovative products, or to take risks that others thought were impossible. He moved forward with conviction and courage, despite the odds, despite the challenges, despite the uncertainty. And look at the impact of his actions. He didn't sit around waiting for permission, signs, or good luck. He created his own path, and so can you. The difference between the dreamers and the doers is action. And I want you to be a doer. The biggest mistake we make is allowing external factors to control our mindset and actions. You cannot control fate, you cannot control luck, and you cannot control others. But what you can control is how you show up. What you can control is your effort, your attitude, your determination. By shifting your focus from external factors to what you can internally influence, you empower yourself. Ask yourself this: what do I have the power to do today? What action can I take right now that will move me closer to my goal? When you focus on what you can control, you eliminate the power that superstitions, luck, or external circumstances have over you. Your success is not defined by what happens around you. It's defined by what you do, how you act, and the mindset you bring to every situation. Think of your future as a house you are building. If you want a solid, strong foundation, you must lay brick after brick, one by one. You don't wait for the perfect time to lay each brick. You lay it down now, even if the weather is bad, even if the tools aren't perfect. You do it consistently, one step at a time. If you build a foundation based on superstition and waiting for signs, that house will never be strong. It will crumble. But when you focus on taking action, when you focus on each brick, each decision, each small step, you create something lasting and powerful. Your future is built by the actions you take today. So start laying those bricks. Start building. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Just start. Fear is one of the most powerful forces that holds us back. It's the voice in your head that says, you can't do this. It's the feeling that stops you from making decisions, from taking risks, from moving forward. Let me tell you something. Fear thrives on superstition. It feeds on the idea that things are out of your control. It tells you that you can't take risks, that bad things will happen if you step out of line. But if you let fear control you, you will be stuck. You will stay small. Fear is the enemy of progress because it paralyzes you. It keeps you from living your life with courage. But here's the key: you don't have to be fearless to succeed. You just need to push through the fear. When you face it head on, it begins to lose its power. The more you face your fears, the less control they have over you. The more you move forward despite fear, the more it shrinks, and the more your courage grows. What could you accomplish if fear wasn't holding you back? What could you do if you replaced that fear with belief in yourself? When you replace fear with empowering beliefs, you unlock your true potential. You stop doubting yourself, and you start acting with confidence. Instead of fearing failure, you see it as a stepping stone on your journey. Instead of fearing uncertainty, you embrace it as an opportunity to grow. By changing the way you think, by replacing the negative belief with an empowering one, you can overcome any obstacle. Your beliefs shape your reality. So stop letting fear dictate your actions. Choose to believe in your abilities, in your strength and your power to succeed. Look at someone like Nelson Mandela. He lived through unimaginable adversity, and yet he replaced fear with belief in justice, equality, and freedom. He did not let fear stop him from fighting for what was right, even when it seemed impossible. Mandela didn't let superstition or fear define his actions. He knew that the only way to make change was to believe in himself, to take action, and to stand firm in his convictions. You have that same power. Whatever you fear, whatever superstition is holding you back, you can overcome it. But it starts with shifting from fear to belief in yourself. Here's what I want you to do. Start with positive affirmations. Tell yourself, I am capable, I am strong, I can handle whatever comes my way. Every day repeat these words. Visualization is another powerful tool. Picture yourself succeeding. See yourself moving forward, overcoming obstacles, and achieving your goals. When you can visualize success, you start to believe it's possible. Reframing your thoughts is crucial too. When a negative thought comes into your mind, challenge it. Replace it with something empowering. When you think, I'm not good enough, replace that with, I have everything I need to succeed. These tools will help you replace fear with empowering beliefs, and they will unlock the doors to your success. Imagine fear as a shadow. It's always there, lurking behind you, trying to keep you in the dark. But the more you walk toward the light, the more you face your fears, the smaller the shadow becomes. When you walk into the light of your belief, the shadow of fear begins to shrink. It can no longer control you. It can no longer stop you. Fear will always be there, but it no longer has the power to stop you from moving forward. Mindfulness is the practice of being present, fully engaged in the here and now, without judgment. It's about being aware of your thoughts, feelings, and actions in a way that brings clarity and understanding. Let me tell you something, mindfulness is a game changer. Superstitions often thrive in the mind, growing from fears and irrational beliefs that pull us away from reality. But mindfulness brings us back to the present moment. It helps us separate facts from fantasies, reality from imagination. When we practice mindfulness, we are not allowing the chatter of fear and superstition to dictate our thoughts. Instead, we observe our thoughts and let them pass. We don't attach meaning to them. We don't let them control us. Mindfulness is about being present in your life. It's about accepting what's true and letting go of the stories we tell ourselves that don't serve us. By practicing mindfulness, you'll start to see your superstitions for what they really are, thoughts that have no place in your reality. We are constantly caught in the past or the future. We dwell on past mistakes, or regret things that went wrong, or we worry about what might happen tomorrow. But in doing so, we lose sight of the one thing we can control, the present moment. When you live in the present, you break free from the chains of superstition. You stop letting fears of future outcomes or past failures control your actions. The power lies in today, right now. By staying present, you stop giving power to things that haven't even happened yet. Superstitions are often rooted in fear of the unknown or guilt from the past. But when you embrace mindfulness, you give yourself the freedom to act without fear. You take control of your decisions, your life, and your future. Imagine waking up every day with the peace of mind that you are not bound by past mistakes or future uncertainties. That is the power of living in the present. Mindfulness isn't something you just do once in a while. It's a practice, a daily practice, and like any skill, the more you do it, the better you get. Start with simple techniques to bring mindfulness into your life. The future is yours to create. Embrace empowerment. Embrace your ability to choose your beliefs and create the life you desire. The only thing standing in your way is your own mind. So break through it, take action, and watch your life transform. As you walk down your new path, free from superstitions, know this, your future is in your hands. The choices you make today will shape your tomorrow. Step into that freedom with confidence. Your new path is waiting for you, and it begins now.